Hey, littles. I thought I would put a short little Sunday school lesson up for you. I know that many of you now are able to come to the services, and I think that's great. And next Sunday, hopefully, I'll be able to see you there in the Sunday school room. But I wanted to put this together for you today in case you were a little that still had to watch videos. Okay? Alrighty, so we're going to see if we can get this video up. There we go, this slideshow up, because this slideshow and this lesson is called No to the Same, meaning that no two of snowflakes, like in this picture, are the same. No two littles are the same. Yeah, they're unique in their own way. Okay, all right, so let's go to this picture, and there's some more pretty snowflakes. And it says, have you ever looked at a snowflake up close? They are all amazing, yet no two are the same. God planned for the snowflake to take on its unique shape as it falls through the sky on its way to the ground. The temperature, the dampness of the air, or the lack of moisture in the air determines the shape of each snowflake. Now, I know as you get older, you're going to learn all about how snowflakes are formed, but that little snowflake starts its journey way, way, way high up in the sky. And as it falls, its unique shape and form develops. And there has to be things there as it's falling through the air that causes that shape. And a lot of it has to do with the temperature and how much moisture or dampness is in the air and how much moisture or dampness is not there. So that's how that little snowflake gets its unique form, which is pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool thing. But just like that snowflake, God created us in His own image, yet uniquely different from each other. So He created me the same way He created you, but we're just not the same in our looks and in our personality and all of that. As that little snowflake makes its way to the ground, it has no control over how fast it's moving or how far the wind may blow it, or even the exact location that it would land. Now think about that little snowflake falling down through the air, falling down through the atmosphere, and it has no control over anything. Now, if I were a snowflake, I wouldn't want to land in a mud puddle or on a frozen pond. I would want to land in the soft yard of a little boy or girl who would play with me or even create a snowman with me. But the snowflake doesn't have that control at all. And we don't really have control either. I want you to kind of think, you're created uniquely and differently from everybody else. There's no two of you littles that are the same, okay? And you really don't have any control either. Let's think about that. In your little lives, do you ever feel like a snowflake out of control? Sometimes things happen in our lives like we have no way of stopping or preventing it. Yeah. Sometimes it feels like everything's changing or everything is out of control and we can't do anything about it. Maybe someone in your family gets sick or some of your dearest, closest friends have to move away and we can't do anything to make things better when that happens. We may even grumble and complain from time to time that life just isn't fair. It's just not fair. And I may be created uniquely different, just like these beautiful snowflakes here. But it's not fair that all that has to happen to me. But you don't have to feel that way because God wants you to know that He's in control of everything. He made you and He loves you. He's always right beside of you and He will never, ever leave you. Yeah, really true. And I think those snowflakes are so beautiful. Look at those pretty snowflakes. They're so delicate and they're so beautiful, just like you are as littles. Yeah. We're going to read a verse in the Bible, and it's Joshua 1 and 5. And I think you know a little bit about Joshua. He was the great man of God that fought the Battle of Jericho, and the walls came tumbling down, if you remember that. But God told Joshua something in Joshua 1 and 5, and he told him that there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. And you may look at that and say, well, Miss Michelle, that's why he promised Joshua. But he promised it to us too. He promised it to you, and he promised it to me. God made that promise to Joshua, and he makes it to anyone who chooses to follow him. Yeah. So that promise is ours for the taking if we follow Jesus and follow the Lord. Yeah, really true. Now, sometimes you may think that God has forgotten about you, or he doesn't care about you because he has let bad things happen in your life, but he does care about you. He does. The Bible tells us that he works all things for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purpose. Now, when it says for the good of those who love him, there are many, many of us out there that love him, but we have a purpose here on this earth, and we need to uphold and work toward that purpose with the help of the Lord. And if the Lord knows that you're trying to do your very, very best to do the best that you can to fulfill the purpose that he has for you, then he's going to help you. And all the things that are happening, good or bad, are working for you toward the best thing that could happen for you. Okay? If we look at Romans 8 and 28, this is another verse in our Bible. This one is in the New Testament, and it says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose. So if we are called to do something, we need to obey and follow him and follow through with doing that. Now, I know that this picture, it may not necessarily look like it's a purpose of something. And I'm sure, though, that you can relate to a picture like this, because sometimes you may have the yummiest ice cream cone, and then all of a sudden, splat, it hits the ground. And you get all mad and you wonder, no, that's not fair. Why did my ice cream fall? No, I don't even have one. But look what happened in the second picture. When all things worked out, that nice, sweet ice cream man gave the little girl another ice cream cone. And not to mention that if that ice cream cone, the first one, hadn't fallen off the cone and onto the ground, then the little kitty cat wouldn't have had anything to eat either. So the first picture is kind of sad, but the second picture, everybody's happy. So bad things do happen, but if we're living for the Lord, in the end, it all works out for our good. Yeah, it does. Now, God had a plan when he created you, and they are good plans. Yeah, he's got great plans for you. He wants you to follow him, and when you follow him, you're never going to be alone. You need to ask God to show you the journey that he wants you to take through life, and he will guide you the whole way. You won't be like the little snowflakes that are blowing around wildly, not knowing where you're going or where you're going to land. You will know exactly where you're headed. You will be heading in the direction that God wants you to go. Someday, when your journey is over, you will go to live with him where he has prepared a place for you and has been waiting for you to join him, and everyone you love to live forever with him in heaven. So think about that. This journey at your age right now may seem like a long one. You may think it's never going to end, but it will. And if you're living for him all through that journey, and when you come to the end of that journey, oh man, the journey that's just beginning when you get to heaven is going to be amazing. It is. So I know sometimes you may look at someone else and you may want to look like them, or you may want things that are happening in their life to happen in your life. But remember, you're uniquely different from anyone else. You have a purpose all for yourself. You're just like that little snowflake. You may be beautiful, but you too are alike. Okay, so as you grow and as you learn and as you listen, then I want you to see your purpose and see what the Lord wants you to do and try to fulfill that. Even though you're littles, I say it every single time. Even though you're littles, that doesn't matter. You can still do it. You can still love the Lord and walk in the ways of Christ. You can. I know you can. I love this little lesson. That's why I put my emoji down there at the bottom that says that I love it, because I do love it. I love lessons like this that helps me remember that I have a purpose and I was created for that purpose and I need to fulfill that purpose. I do, through the help of the Lord. And it really wasn't a very long lesson. It was just a lesson to let you know that you are loved. And not only are you loved by me, but you are loved so much more by Jesus. Yeah. So I look forward to seeing you, littles. And if you did not get to watch this particular lesson, maybe one day in Sunday school, now that we're getting back together again, we can play this little lesson. Okay? Alrighty. Hope to see you next Sunday. I'm very excited.